Welcome to the Kelly Alexander Show. I'm Kelly Alexander, hanging out with the guys, JP and Sam from Cash Cash. Thank you guys for hanging out on the show.
No problem.
I wanted to ask you, first of all, I'm really interested in the fact, how did you guys come up with Cash Cash? It's funky, it's cool, and it sticks with you. How'd that come about?
Long story.
Yeah, basically, we were in bands growing up. We never thought to copyright our name or anything. We had one band that eventually got signed, and then the legal department came to us and they're like, "Do you guys copyright this name? Do you own the trademark?" We're like, "Won't allow." So we ended up getting like cease and desist letters from another artist that owned our old name.
Oh, wow.
And then we had like an agent
Agent was trying to screw us over for some money, and like this other label was like playing games with us, like really like kind of just like stringing us along, and we're like, everybody's after all our money. We don't even have any yet, so like, when trying to come up with a new name, we're just beating ourselves over. And out of frustration, I was like, everyone wants our cash. We should just name our group Cash Cash, and then it stuck. We all kind of just looked at each other and laughed, and we're like,
that is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that. That's very good. It's funny how songs or titles can just come up sort of organically. So there you go. Speak to us about, you guys are DJs and producers and musicians. When you're writing your tracks, what instruments do you gear yourself to the most to create? And do you create the beats first, or is it melody first?
For us, it's definitely like, we start on acoustic guitar and piano a lot of the time, especially with the songwriting.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of just like, we'll hum melodies. Sometimes a lot of the synth melodies are just me humming, me and Alex just humming, or Sam will have and he'll be noodling on like a keyboard or like a little like toy keyboard, and that's how the best stuff is made, because if it can't hold on its own, like, regardless of what sound it is, it kind of,
I'm glad you brought that up, because I'm a huge like dance fan, EDM fan, and I've always been that way, and I've always not enjoyed when like purists, like rock guys or whatever, they get all like, oh, it's not real music.
Yeah.
And that drives me bananas. So you guys have some rock roots in you.
that's just stupid, because the piano is
right.
It's like the central part of this.
Yeah, and like you make it, it's like even when if you program it in there, if you have a little MIDI keyboard, you're still playing it, or you're still coming up with the melody in your head, and the harmonies, all the inversions, all that stuff in the keyboard parts. It's like
so does it annoy you? Does it annoy you then when like rock dudes are like, because I would it drives me nuts. Like I get into arguments with some of my colleagues that are on the rock side of things, because they're like, it's not real music, and I'm like, yes, it is. Do you feel like you guys get a bad rap and are almost like,
what rock band's saying this? I'd like to know. No, a lot of people are supportive about it. It's like I got guys like John Rezek from the Goo Goo Dolls, who was like, he was so interested in what we're doing, we were so interested in what he's doing, and we just hit it off so well. And we did a song with Christina Perri as well. She kind of comes from more alternative, roots. But I think people like to dance, and sometimes it doesn't have to be so serious. And if there's a rock band who's taking themselves too seriously and they're voicing their opinion about they don't think dance music is real, chances are they're probably just bitter that they're not selling a lot of records.
There we are. See, that's a good answer.
Or there's nobody at the shows, because we know how it is being in a rock band, and it's not easy to get people to the shows. And these festivals, these dance festivals, are just herds and herds of people, and I don't know how long it's going to last, but
do you think it's going to go for a while? Because it's already been sort of going, I would say, since like Gaga in 2008. Obviously it's been going before that, and it's sort of transitioned, but it seems like really when she hit, it's just been going. Do you think we've got some more time with it being like super big?
I think the best way to put it is that this certain sound of EDM right now, what it sounds like is most likely not going to last, but electronic music will last, and the scene will change, and there will be different variations of it. And that's why, I feel like groups like us will survive that, because we're just overall producers. We're not, electronic music producers only. Like we do all different kinds of music. We mix, we master all our music, engineer all that stuff. And we're always putting in acoustic guitars or vocals or electric guitars, and always kind of changing even the beats and the tempos. We're doing stuff from slow stuff to, fast to everything. And I think that's what's going to keep us like.
Where do you guys do your work? Like, do you guys have a home studio or like whatever, as a place where you guys can just go and do your thing? Or do you guys have, you do,
we have
right?
a home studio set up where, we can just work all hours of the night. And
are you guys like supreme night owls?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
okay, very good. Talk to us about the song Michael Jackson. You did it a couple years ago, and I know it got a lot of attention. Why did you do the song?
We did it because we're just huge Michael Jackson fans.
Okay.
I mean, we grew up listening to him. Like, I remember just like dressing up as Michael Jackson. I was probably like 10 years old, dancing with my brother, like filming me with like a flashlight on and stuff.
I have to ask if you're a Janet fan. I'm a huge Janet fan. Do you like the Janet?
I like her boobs. But, I mean, there's that one, Together, what was that one song?
Together Again? That one? Yeah, okay. That's good. I just had to ask him, like, maybe you can remix her new album.
Yeah, right.
Which is supposed to be coming out.
Michael Jackson, I mean.
That's your jam. Okay, good.
Yeah.
And what did it feel like to get the support that you guys got? Because you got a lot of noise from people being supportive.
Yeah, we weren't sure. We thought everyone was going to hate it. We were like,
right.
or we thought like, you know, some like people in the Michael Jackson community would be like, oh, they're just like using his name to like try and cash out on a big hit. And it was the complete opposite. Like all the comments were like, this is so clever what they did with the verses. Like, cause we took Michael Jackson song titles and made lyrics out of them.
Amazing.
So literally like every line in that verse is a Michael Jackson song title.
Wow, that's amazing.
And they caught that right away. And they were like, this is not a, they saw that it was a tribute, you know, versus like a just like one of those like mockery songs.
Now you mentioned obviously Michael being such a huge influence. Who else would you say out there that is like super big that you would love to work with? That whether like from the 90s, 2000s, or the 2010s. Like, is there like a Mariah Carey or?
Yeah, I mean, there's you know, tons of singers. There's so many great singers out there. Like,
if Madonna came calling, because Madonna seems to come calling to a lot of you fresh guys.
We were actually
yeah.
We had
were ya?
connections. I don't know.
I'd rather do Celine Dion.
Yeah, I think
Very good.
Not just because we're in Canada either. We are huge Celine Dion fans. Celine, if you're listening.
See her in Vegas one day.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, her songs seem to work well with the dance beats, so it's very good.
Yeah, totally.
That's awesome. I wanted to ask you about the song "Take Me Home." You know, everyone's playing it. Was it, you know, did it come up sort of organically, or you know, did you have to sort of hack away at that song to make it happen?
Yeah. For us, it was real quick. One of the quickest songs we've ever done. I mean, we started with acoustic guitar and piano, just the bare bones, and I think like 2.5 days it was done. Mix, master, everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you guys work quickly? Usually?
Sometimes no. And
Sometimes
that's why
no.
we say that's.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you slave over the most? Is it melody or is it beats or the whole thing? The mix.
The mix, yeah, the mix. Because we mix all our stuff, so it's just like there's a million and one ways to do it, and you'll be sitting there, and then you're just like, oh, should I do the bass like this, or do the, you know?
And do you step away if you need to? Like, do you go, I don't know, shoot some hoops or something and come back?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
But it gets pretty intense.
Now you have to talk to us about the Johnny Resnick situation, the song "Lightning." How did that come about, and how would you describe "Lightning"?
It's, you know, definitely an anthemic song. He just has that, you know, that voice, that just, you know, that nostalgic voice, and it brings that the character. It's just you feel it, it was really smooth. It took like, that was another one, quick one, probably like a couple days, 3 days tops for that one. We did some in LA, some in Jersey, and then it was done, and it's been great. Yeah, the response has been cool.
I have to ask you this: you guys are, I'm sure, constantly on the move. Do you like being at home, or are you happier on the road?
What do you like?
I mean, it's good. Both are good, you know, moderation. Like once you're on the road for too long, you kind of like get a little tired. You're like, I want to go back home, you know, relax, or like get back in the studio and start focusing on making new music. But if you're home for too long, you get antsy and you want to get back on the road. So
To miss our mom's pasta.
exactly.
Very good. And do you guys all, there's 3 of you in the group, is it like always a collaborative effort, like with how everything comes together? Like, is it split 3 ways kind of thing?
I do absolutely everything. No, we're all just like 3 producers, so it's easy for us. Like, my younger brother Alex is not here right now. He's like, he shines in more of the keyboard world because that's his instrument, and I'm a guitar player. Sam's a drummer and a bass player, so we all kind of have different, you know, things that we contribute. It's a good mix. And
I'm going to put you on the spot one more time before you guys go. Who would you like to have lunch with? And each of you have to answer this separately. Like whether it's a recording artist from the past or someone right now, who would you like to sit down and have lunch with?
You go first.
Musician or non-musician?
I want to say musician.
Musician?
Yeah.
Musician.
Or like producer, whatever. One of those.
I want to sit down to lunch with. Definitely Justin Bieber.
Really, eh?
Oh, 100%.
He's gotta have some stories, right?
Yeah, I mean, I got some stories for him.
Do you think he has more to give? Do you think there's more from Bieber, or do you think his time has?
Oh, he's not going anywhere.
Okay.
He's not going anywhere.
We'll see. I don't know.
And Sam,
He's
who do you
not
want to have
going
lunch with?
Maybe I don't know, maybe Prince. I think.
Prince.
Yeah, I think
And
it'll be
Prince,
some
he's
interesting
working with
stuff.
Warner Brothers again.
Yeah.
It's going to be
You
amazing.
want to make you some pancakes?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Charlie Murphy has some cool stories, so
I'd rather hang out. I'd rather just hang out with Charlie Murphy and hear about his stories than hang out with Prince. But Prince, you're cool. I like you, but
His
you're a
heel
little
boots.
creepy.
It's awesome. Sam, JP, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is the guys from Cash Cash hanging out on the Kelly Alexander Show.